Good evening, everyone.
Hey,
Hey,
happy
welcome.
KOTG Tuesday.
How's it hanging?
What's
Long.
up, y'all?
Hey,
Welcome
it's the
to
big 5-0.
KOTG Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Big 50.
Tuesday.
Hey, man, I feel like I'm 50. That's for sure.
Yeah, happy 50th episode birthday, fellas.
Yeah, guys.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't believe we've done
Milestone.
50 of those things.
5-0. Who'd have thought, man? And we're doing a little reminiscing now because next week is our 1-year anniversary. So a year ago, Nate showed a picture of us all testing out the call. Just a bunch of guys didn't know what we were doing and just thought, let's put this together and see what happens. And here we are a year later.
That's insane. That went by quick.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I'm sure you've heard that
Ups,
before.
some
Cody.
downs, and a whole hell of a lot of good guests and great giveaways. We've given away over the course of the year. It'd be interesting to put it together and see how much stuff, like how much stuff has been given away on the show, either by us or more importantly by all the companies that come on. Everybody's always willing to give something away, and I think that's super cool. So I mean, I wonder how we tally it up, like how much stuff we've actually been able to give away on the show. That'd be interesting metric. But
yeah.
Episode 5.
All the
We got some
bags of
guests.
fertilizer from Pro Pete. Maybe some greener
how
lawns out there.
how much
next
Pro
season.
Pete is as the Pocock family giving away?
Right.
But we got some guests this evening. We got the Watch Party crew.
Hey-o.
They're here tonight. They are joining us because they got balloons and everything. So they had to
And
come
t-shirts.
on this evening. And they got t-shirts.
Yeah, t-shirts.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I think like on episode 30, 35, maybe one of you guys, we were talking, and one of you guys told me, we want to bring balloons on 50. And I actually forgot about it up until this last week.
That's
Erica.
Well planned out.
So I gotta ask, do you ladies actually listen into the show a little bit, or are you guys kind of hanging
Every
out
Tuesday.
every Tuesday?
Yeah.
All right.
Every
On a
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Awesome.
That's awesome. Did you guys get out there and mow too during the season? Did they let you mow?
I do. My husband's a pilot, so he's never home. So
Somebody's got to do it.
One does,
while
one
he's
doesn't.
gone. That's awesome. We're glad you guys are here.
Hell
For
yeah.
sure. So welcome. And we also have my boy from Dirty Jersey, Kevin Rundstrom, on the show. He's our main guest of point in terms of talking about grass and turf grass and research farms and what it takes to run a research farm, what kind of stuff they're doing on research farms, what the hell is a research farm, all of those things. So I'm going to introduce Kevin Rundstrom, buddy of mine. We met a little over a year ago, and we've been staying in touch and stuff. So Kevin, why don't you introduce yourself and kind of give us like a little quick and dirty about what it is you do, and then we'll start hopping into some questions and let the chat take it away and see where we're at.
Well, before you do that,
first. Yeah, before we do that,
Oh yeah.
we got to raise a glass. Now, a lot of us are on our New Year health kick, myself included. I always try to dry it out. I always dry out for the first couple months of the year, and prove to myself that I don't have a problem. So everybody raise your green teas, or waters, or whatever you got. If you're not on a dry January,
I want what the watch party's got.
I want one of those.
That looks way
Nice.
tastier than what I got.
If you're not on a dry January, cheers to you.
Oh yeah.
And grab a glass, keep off the grass.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Kevin, take it away, my brother.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. I was here when Brent was originally talking about doing this a year ago. So just to see you guys kind of get to episode 50 That's a huge congratulations. Whole year doing this podcast, that's really cool. And I just want to thank you guys for having me on. So again, congrats. And I look forward to talking to you guys about turf grass and answering any questions along the way. I originally, when I met Brent and Lawngenuity, I was selling fertilizer. So within the past year, I switched into a different role to where I accepted a job with a company called Aquatrols Corporation of America. And they wanted me to manage their research farm, their private entity research farm. So that's what I've been doing since March 1st of 2021. And it's been a wild ride since. And it's been a very interesting endeavor. So I've been very humbled to do it. And the entire learning process has been with the research and development team. It's been side by side with the president and CEO. I've been very lucky to be in the position I'm at. And, just as a background, kind of what got me to the position I'm at now is I went to school for turfgrass management. So Rutgers University, when I got out of high school, went straight into the 4-year program for Rutgers University turfgrass management. I finished that up with a bachelor's degree. I did internships at Pine Valley Golf Club. I went out to the old course in St. Andrews and worked in Scotland. I worked on Trump, Philadelphia. I worked at Bill Core and Ben Crenshaw course, Hidden Creek Golf Club. And I sold fertilizer for a year, like I said. And then it took me to the position I'm at now. So it's been a wild ride of my 16-year turf career. I'm only 32 years old, so it's a young turf career. I'm still a young guy. So the interest of networking and taking me to the next step, I'm always looking for the next thing. So I'm going to be in this position for the foreseeable future. And then I hope to eventually grow and eventually, blossom into something else in the future. So Rutgers University, some golf course work, some research work, and now I'm with Aquatrols. So humbled in the position. The year has been a hell of a learning curve. And, I look forward to next year. I'm kind of in that winterization world. So, March 1st, I'll be kicking back up, mowing grass again, and taking care of a 10-acre research farm all by myself. So, guys, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man.
I was going to ask, how big it is, but 10 acres, that sounds good. So what is it? I mean, what does it look like?
She said.
Is it all is it all broken up into smaller subsections where you have individual projects running at once, or kind of how does that work as far as how you utilize that 10 acres?
Yeah, so let me do something real quick. Let me copy and paste onto the chat the actual website for the if I can, how do I get on there? I don't know how to do it. The actual website for the farm is aquatrols.com/aurafarm. So AURAFARM. And so it actually, it has its own entity now online through Aquatrols, and it's broken up to turfgrass and agriculture. So there is research plots for turfgrass. So I have 4 half-acre plots. I have a 1.5 acre fairway. I have 2 green complexes, 1 champion Bermuda grass and 1 007 bent grass. And then I have 3 acres of agricultural station, which we kind of broke up into 3 kind of parts last year. One part was 1 acre of corn. Another part was a 1/2 acre of zucchini and squash. And then another area was like a recreational garden where we grew everything under the sun. So, we have zoysia grass, we have Bermuda grass, we have ryegrass, Kentucky bluegrass, bent grass. I have peach trees. I got apple trees, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, goji berries. It's a lot of different things going on out there. So it's broken up kind of like the east side and the west side. A lot of turf grass kind of takes over the field, but there's some agricultural stuff kind of scattered through the 10 acres.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Olee, you got yourself damn near half a research farm.
Yeah.
Right. It
He's
is
studying
a lot of
turf-type
research.
fescue.
Still learning.
Olee's
Oh, yeah.
researching turf type tall fescue. So Aquatrols doesn't do anything residential, right? They don't do anything for homeowners. But can you tell us what Aquatrols is and like what kind of product it is that you're testing and you're trying out in these different particular environments, and well, not environments, but with these particular crops, whether it be different types of turf grass, different heights of cut in terms of fairways and greens, and obviously the agricultural stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me first describe Aquatrols as a company, and then I'll give a little bit more description of kind of like the research fields that are out on the farm. Aquatrols Corporation of America is about 65 years old. They recently sold into private equity about 5 years ago. So it was originally a family-owned company. And what they did was they created the world's first wetting agents. They created the very first soil surfactants for turf grass, for coating peat moss. So if you buy peat moss at any store, it more than likely has some sort of soil surfactant coating on it from Aquatrols. It could be a private label, but it's eventually coming from Aquatrols, the manufacturer. And that's exactly what it is. So the company is the manufacturer of wetting agents, soil surfactants. And in the past couple of years, they partnered with Redox, which is a carbon-based fertility line, like kind of out of Idaho. And they do a lot of stuff in turf grass. They do a lot of stuff in agriculture. So what Aquatrols does is that they manufacture their own wetting agents, and then Redox, what they do is they get the products in, they rebottle them, and then they actually sell straight to the turf grass market for Redox. So they have the wetting agent line, they have the fertilizer line, and within the past couple of years, they've created their own HIF line. So they created their own herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides. So a company, like a manufacturing company like that, anything that's off patent, that goes for pharmacy, that goes for pharmaceuticals, that goes anything off patent is fair game. If you can create the formulation, if you can show its efficiency and its efficacy, then you can bottle it yourself and sell it within your own market. So Aquatrols has gone from just a wetting agent company to a fertilizer company. Now they sell herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides. So what they do is they then sell straight to a distributor, and then the distributor goes out and they have their sales team who then sells to a golf course, a baseball field, football field. Some guys sell in agriculture. Some guys sell in row crops, food production, indoor grows, outdoor grows. So really, the scope of what we can provide, like what Aquatrols can provide, is anything under the sun. If you grow anything, we got wetting agents, fertilizers, and now an HIF line, for you. So Aquatrols is a fully funded sales team, marketing team. They have a research and development team, which I'm technically a part of, and they go out and they find ways to make money. That's just really what it is. So the past 5 years being in the private equity, they are digging and learning to figure out how to make money, to take that company which sold one thing and they want to sell, 15, 20 different products to you. So they're trying to diversify their portfolio. They're trying to create more, buying power from a distributor. Like, if you're a distributor, come and purchase all this stuff from us, not just wetting agents. So, me being in a research and development team, I speak with the sales team. I'm telling them what I see. I'm telling them kind of like the rates I'm going at with some of the fertilizers. The marketing team is coming out week to week to take pictures, and that's good for social media. That's good for some of the Shanghai relationship that we have. Aquatrols actually has a partnership in Shanghai that does all agriculture. So those guys are, taking stuff from the farm and they're putting it out into the Aquatrols world, whether it's going to a distributor, whether it's going to the end user, which is a golf course or, a sports field or row crops and stuff like that. So the headquarters for Aquatrols is actually New Jersey based. So me and Brent are right in the home of Aquatrols headquarters. And the research farm is about 20 minutes southeast of the headquarters. So I have a lot of people who come out from headquarters and they pick fruit from some of the stuff we have out there. They go for a walk. They catch up with me. They bring their putter and a couple of their clubs. They'll hit some shots. They'll hit some putts. We got greens height Bermuda grass out there. We got greens height bent grass out there. We have our own fairway now. So we've created our own kind of attempt at having people come out and have fun, not just come out and this is the research we're doing. We want to create an environment for people to come and tour. So we want distributors to come out. We want them to bring superintendents with them. And then we want these guys to have fun, so they can come for the tour. They can hit some putts. They can hit some chip shots, hit some fairway shots, and really kind of get their hands-on experience, with a research farm. You can't do that at a university. Don't take a golf club and start divvying up a university plot. It's gonna.
So,
they're gonna.
It's different. It's different in the sense that it's different in the sense. It sounds like you're saying it's different in the sense that it's a little bit more laid back in terms of, how you treat the actual research plots than it would be at a university like Rutgers, for instance. I mean, we're familiar with that, and most people in turfgrass world are familiar with whatever research is being conducted at Rutgers. So,
yeah. So think about the two different research entities you have. You got private and you got university. So, Bayer probably has their own research farm. I'm sure Syngenta has their own research farm. BASF, I'm sure they do. And we're just a much smaller company that has our own research farm. So we can do things underneath our own umbrella that we don't want a university to have in their trials. We can do stuff that, we're going to do on our own transparency. We're going to do stuff privately. A lot of the stuff that I have is truly confidential. It's stuff they want to create, and Kev, you can't talk about that. It's got a number. I'm not even telling you what the product is. This is a number, and it's a jug that comes with a number, and this is what you're going to spray it at, and this is what you're going to do. And so you got those two different entities. You got a university, and you got me as a private, research farm. So we're doing stuff, but really what the research farm is trying to do is capture an audience, is try to get people to come out and tour. And we've invited university clubs. So Penn State has come out. We've tried to get, Rutgers University to come out. And what we want to do next year is try to get a Philadelphia chapter to come out, New Jersey chapter to come out, Delaware chapter, so we want to be able to provide lunch for these guys, be able to, give them the tour, get the hands-on experience. And what that does is sell product. We're going to show how we use it, why we use it, and the results that we're getting. So around the farm, that's the main idea of the farm, is to create the environment for people to have a hands-on experience.
So in addition, so you're basically, testing out, your products for effectiveness or efficacy, which is the research term, right? You're testing to see how effective a product is, whether that's a new product or an ongoing product. And then are you also testing that in conjunction with, say, other products to see how they interact? Do they play well together? I guess is, kind of like a layman's way of putting it. Like, is that something that you're also looking at as you're evaluating a product? Are you saying like, okay, well, how does this interact with this particular pesticide and this particular, fungicide, this other fungicide? I mean, do you have it also then broken down into, other things where you're saying like, how do these other things interact with your product? Or
Yeah. So I will do your due diligence when you're creating a product. That's just really what it is. But anything that we're repatenting or we're trying to bottle and send out, it's safe. Like it's already been, it's already a formulation. Like a good example of that is iprodione, which is, a fungicide that's widely used. So like we already know the chemistry of that. We know we're not going to smoke any turf. We know we're not going to kill any turf. We know that it plays well with anything else in the tank. One thing I can say is like we will do like rate adjustments. Like we'll say, hey, we're going to do a half rate, 1x, 2x, 5x, 10x. Let's see what it does. Everything, but like everything definitely plays well together with each other. So it's mostly, if we want to create something new, the research and development team, we want to understand the price point and we want to understand the profit margin on that. So we want to see what it looks like at a half rate at 1x, 2x, 5x, because we want you to utilize that product so you get the best, bang for your buck, and then the company still makes profit. So it's not really too much of like, does it play well with other things? Because the formulation usually does. Yeah.
So you guys are up in Jersey, up north. So I guess it's probably pretty cold for you guys right now. What are some of the things you guys are doing there on the farm now? I'm assuming there's not much growing going on, but are you guys prepping for next season, planning out what you're going to do? Like, what are you guys kind of working on or doing here in the wintertime?
Yeah. So, let me preface that with saying like what some of the grass types are on the farm. So like, exactly like you're saying, before that is, some of the grass types we've got to worry about. So what we're trying to do is show kind of a transition zone. And we have champion Bermuda grass at Green's Height on the farm. We have Xeon zoysia grass on the farm at Fairway Height. We got Riviera Bermuda grass on the farm at Fairway Height. These are not like varieties that are notable for New Jersey. One of the things that we're doing with those varieties is showing that you can, if you're treating it correctly, you can grow that grass in New Jersey. And in our setting, like a low income golf course can transition tees, fairways, green banks into Bermuda grass. That way you're using less of a pesticide budget. You're using less fertilizers. You're utilizing your budget to the grass type that you have. So like out there right now, what's the temperature right now? 17 degrees I see on my computer. That's going to drop to 11 degrees tonight. So yesterday we actually covered our Bermuda grass with tarps. So we have thermal tarps, and we covered the Green's Height champion Bermuda grass because it's not accustomed to New Jersey. And we want to, show that with a little bit of TLC, you can get that grass to grow up here in New Jersey. So last year, the Riviera overwintered with 0 issues. Last year, the Xeon zoysia grass overwintered with 0 issues. We had Primo zoysia at Green's Height, which died. So we actually had some carnage on the farm last year. So that Primo got transitioned into the Bermuda grass. And then, so we covered that. So like you're saying, like, what are we doing to kind of prep for the new year? It's what grasses do we need to protect and make sure that they'll be okay come March and come April. And Bermuda grass is our issue, so we're covering them. The bent grasses are no issue. We actually want them to go through the overwintering process and kind of harden off those roots. I have like an issue with the apples to where we get into the winter and the deer think that they're the greatest things to climb on. So I have deer fencing around my apples. I have deer fencing around a magnolia. So like there's not many magnolias up here, but that's a good transition plant to kind of show that warm season stuff can grow up here. But other than that, like I did my potassium applications. I did a 0050 at the end of the year, kind of early December. And other than that, it's a lot of the redox products that went down with potassium. So I used a lot of K plus, which is a 03150. And I used a lot of OxyCal, which is a 0420. And that's kind of how I overwintered the farm. And right now, all we're doing is kind of playing the on, tarps on and tarps off of the Bermuda grass to just keep them not overstimulated. We don't want to ever wake them up, but like we want to allow them to try to overwinter a little bit. So that's kind of like just about the only prep work we have. And other than that, it's kind of, just cleaning up from the mess I made all summer. So I'm a one-man band out there. I'm the only person employed for 10 acres. I mow, I spray, I irrigate, I fix the irrigation, I do the agricultural planting, I do overseeding, I do the granular applications. It keeps me busy.
So Kevin,
That's
something
badass.
we like to talk about on the show is deck size. What are you mowing with over there?
So I got a couple different things. We actually have a Toro fleet. So I have everything at fairway height is getting mowed with a Toro 3100 diesel. So that's probably like at least 28 inch, 3 reels, 28 inches. That's, close to 90 inches.
Okay.
I got a little Skag mower. I think the Skag's probably like 36 inches, maybe 48 inches, not much. That little guy does all my rough. I got 4 different hand mowers of every single age. I got an old Jacobson PG22. I got 2 old Jacobsons that I actually traded with Pine Valley, and I got an old Toro 20-inch reel mower. So
all right,
I got a interesting fleet of random stuff.
Do you have one you like prefer over the others?
The Toro 20-inch reel mower it's aggressive, and I like that. So I got groomers on the front of them, and I groom when I can. And we started the year on the bentgrass greens at probably like just above 150, and now they're at 1/8 of an inch, so they're all at 125. And I'll actually get them to speed up a little bit in the summer, and guys will have some fun on them. But I do love the other things that we have is the old Jacobson Greens Kings. I don't know if anyone's ever used the old Greens King. Those guys are just tanks. So these things have 3,100 hours on it, 3,500 hours on it. 1 diesel, 1 gas, and they still go strong.
That's awesome.
Sweet. So do you have like a plan going into the year? Like you said, you're the only person, doing it. So do you like, as far as on like not including the research stuff, that you are doing, like just as far as like mowing, maintenance, like aeration, are you doing that like all on a schedule throughout the year? Like you're just maintaining it on top of the rest of the research?
Yeah, everything is really has to be focused on and planned during the week. So like with me just being by myself, like if I kind of make the wrong move for a day or make the wrong move for 2 days, I'm 2 days behind. So we do not do any core aerification. We do all solid tine aerification. We just don't have the manpower for me to do that. I do have a Toro Pro Core, which thank God for that. That's fantastic machine. But I do plan my days out very specifically. Like everything I mow dry. So I don't mow anything until 11 o'clock in the morning. So 11 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm mowing. But from 8 to 11, I'm working on irrigation, or I'm I'm planning agricultural plantings or getting a tractor ready, or doing some other things, odds and ends. But everything gets mowed dry. I have no buckets on anything. So yeah, no, everything's very. I really have to plan out my days, and you really have to think about it. Because I've already had it a couple times where one thing goes wrong and I'm 2 days behind. I've said a couple times, like Monday at 9 a.m., I'm already behind my week. So you really have to plan your days out correctly. But I mean, coming into this year, research and development will kind of give me a, hey, Kev, we're gonna do something in May, we're gonna do something in July, we're gonna do something August and September. They don't really tell me where, not yet. They don't tell me like what the products are going to be. They kind of, they fly by the seat of their pants a little bit too. And they just come out and say, Kev, this is what we're going to test. And then we had a very unique product come out, and it was like a wetting agent trial. And he goes, oh, Kev, this is going to the Olympia Club, Cisco. So like, let's make sure we do our due diligence because it's going to go on their fairways and tees. So, it's really interesting to see where some of these products actually end up.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. And I know, I think Brent kind of hit on it real quick, that, you guys don't have any you don't do residential. Are you guys thinking about doing that, getting into the residential game as far as selling products to us homeowners, or are you guys good to where you guys at right now?
I can't really say that we don't sell to residential. Like us as a manufacturer, we're not selling straight to an end user at any time. We're always going through the distributor. So, a distributor, a salesman through a distributor might have some lawn guys. And I think they do. I think definitely out there's some landscape companies using Revolution, wetting agents or Zipline wetting agents, definitely using redox fertilizers. And I guess some guys, especially the price point, they're probably going to start using the HIF line. So I think our stuff definitely does eventually make it down to the landscape and lawn care market. Just that's not really our responsibility. That's through the distributor. So, whatever salesman that distributor has, he has his book of business. And if he's selling to landscape guys and lawn care, that our stuff is getting down to lawn care and landscape. So I don't think anything's online though. Like we don't bottle stuff and sell stuff online.
Yeah.
So none of that stuff really exists.
Yeah. Somebody said in the chat, I think it was Lawn Radiance. He said that there's a Pro Turf supplier that's near him that will sell to the public, I guess. And he's seen, Aquatrols products and what was the other one? Redox?
Redox, yeah.
Redox.
REDOX.
Okay. Yeah. So he said that he's seen both of those products there at a store that he has access to. So seems like some of that stuff's out there. So that's, it's kind of interesting. But yeah, like you said, I think it's very interesting to know that, so much of the process is really kind of separated. Like you don't necessarily know anything, or I don't want to say anything, but you don't necessarily know about the distribution parts and who's getting what unless they tell you. So that's kind of interesting to know that it's just kind of, segmented, which I guess it's like that in a lot of businesses, but, pretty cool that you basically
being the manufacturer. So, you play that pipeline of the manufacturer sells to the distributor sells to the end user. So like when our sales team comes back, they're looking at their sales numbers that they sold to the distributor. So their numbers are, hey, I'm selling to 5, 6, 7 different distributors. And then that distributor goes out and sells to 100 different end users. So it's just a different pipeline and it's just a different customer. Our customer is ultimately, it's the end user, but really the people who are buying bulk are distributors.
Yeah.
So I would imagine like earlier on, I pulled up that picture, showing the different sections of that piece from the website of the test plots you guys have. How do you, each one, are you putting on could it be like each one of those sections has different products at different rates at different times? Like, can it get pretty hairy keeping track of what's going where and when you're applying this and that? And how do you manage, if it's just you, do you have like, we put together lawn journals of our plan for our one little lawn. Olee's maybe a little bit bigger, but I can't imagine what your lawn journal is going to look like from month to month doing all those different sections.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I started out, I actually created my own spray sheet. So the EPA requires you to have, a certain amount of things, like the application, where it's going, what time it's going down, what rate you're using products, the amount you use and stuff like that. So I actually created my own EPA sheet, and I started doing my own pesticide logging. And then on top of that, actually, today I started working with a program called Sparks, SPARKS, and it's a superintendent pesticide logging program. So what I do now, like, it was kind of interesting because it already had redox and Aquatrols stuff in it. So it shows that stuff is very much on the radar, So I actually put all the products in. I put their different nutrient analysis in. I actually put also the price of a 2.5 gallon jug. So now I'm able to create an application to where I'm saying I go and I spray field number 1, 2, and 3 with 4 different products. I log that into my program, and it gives me how much I used and the actual price of what my spray was. It'll tell me how much I used. So that's a good tool for what we're showcasing to the end user once they come and tour. And each field actually has like a little sign that I can write on. So when a tour comes, I'll actually be able to give them, that's the record keeping. When a tour comes, I'll actually be able to write, like, my last spray was, these 4 products. This was the price of my spray. And then they go out and they walk on the turf and they see what the quality of turf is. So it's very extensive. I treat everything completely different. One interesting fact I can say is my Bermuda grass, the Riviera Bermuda grass, had zero fungicide applications on it this year. But my Kentucky bluegrass ryegrass plot had 10 fungicide applications on it this year. So everything gets treated completely different, and the logging can get very, very muffled if you're not very organized. So luckily, right when I came in March, I created my own pesticide sheet, and I luckily never got behind in that situation, because once you get behind with that, you just don't remember what you sprayed from day to day. So luckily I've kept up with that, but everything gets treated differently.
Yeah, I can imagine so. All right, Kevin.
Kevin, I was actually trying to pull up, you said in the beginning, the actual farm website. Can you tell us again what that was?
It's aquatrols.com/Aura Pharm, AURAFARAM.
All right. I'm just going to share it here real quick. For you
do that
guys.
real quick, and then we're going to kick it over to the watch party so they can,
Nice.
We're doing something a little different this week. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's a one-man band taking care of that.
So
That
what
is
size
awesome.
are what size do you have those broken up into?
They're half-acre plots, so
Okay.
22,000 square feet. The greens are roughly 2,500 square feet.
So do you have someone who does like your mower maintenance and works on your equipment? Or you like
You're
guys
looking
have-
at them.
Damn.
So you handle your own deck. That's good.
That right there is President
Keep it clean.
CEO on the left and Pat Jones on the right. You can see some of the construction happening behind him.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I do send my stuff out to get the reels grinded. So I have an old friend who's a mechanic and luckily lives 2 miles from the farm, and I'll drive everything down and he'll sharpen everything up for me.
I know a guy in Jersey who might come cut it for you.
Yeah, bring him out.
Brent?
We can have
wanna pick
maybe we can have a
zucchini
mow
and squash all
party.
summer?
Maybe we can have a
Yeah.
real mow party, like introduction, like Kevin's introduction to real mowing for like everybody in Jersey, like me and the Lawngenuity and like let's see,
LTZ.
LTZ and Velvet Lawn. Like maybe everybody can like pile in the car and head over there. We'll have like Kevin's intro to how to real mow, and then
A
get us
lot of
all
back
hooked.
laughing.
And then get us all hooked and get all of our wives ready to divorce us when we go buy real mowers.
No, get your steps in, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, actually, so
damn.
I bought an exercise watch, and I've done 20,000 steps in one day. Easy.
Jeez.
And
Here I am
Tight.
sitting at a desk all day.
Stay fit. So anyway, listen, we're doing something different for the lawn of the week this week. So we have the watch party. These guys have been big time fans. They got drinks. We've seen drinks, and we've seen hors d'oeuvres, and we've seen t-shirts. It's like a New Year's Eve party, like every Tuesday at their house.
We've even
So guys,
been promised.
we want to kick it over to you and let you guys talk about lawn of the week this week, and who you picked.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll
Why
give
don't you
you,
introduce
we'll give you guys
yourself?
a
Yeah,
quick little
introduce.
bio. of how
Introduce
this all
yourselves.
started.
Remind everybody, please, like what your Instagrams are. Lawn Instagrams. Whatever.
Who's
you
on
wanna
the couch?
Yeah, this is behind the stripe right here.
I'm Ice Moose 21, aka Lawn Sis. Just a little
how did you come up with that name,
history.
Ice Moose?
Yeah,
that
Nice
originate?
moose. Loves mooses.
way back like AIM, AOL.
Back
Oh,
in the
yes.
day. Dial-up,
Instant
baby.
Messenger. I just want to give a little history because I feel like a lot of people are wondering who we are, but back probably episode 35, 36, Joe came over. We always do Martini Tuesdays as a fam, kind of like sibling night. So there's always a themed cocktail. And Joe said, hey, we need to turn this KOTG live cast on. I might be the lawn of the week. And so we like sat here with anticipation that like he was going to win this thing. And so like lawns kept flashing and flashing on the screen. And then like all of a sudden, his lawn came up, but he did not win. And so sister disappointment.
Oath deserved that one though. His lawn was looking killer that week. I haven't told him so.
I think Rooted picked that week, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
So sister
Oath
disappointment.
was looking awesome and all that.
But that's when Lawn Sis went into full lobbyist mode.
Full
on
force.
Instagram.
Full force.
I do remember that. Yeah, we were like,
I do,
we had a
yeah.
DM from
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
saying that their brother should have won or something. We're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, settle down. These guys got awesome lawns. Relax.
So I was told, he's gonna win. Just hang on, hold tight. So it just became a thing. Every Tuesday we got together. We had to turn on KOTG. We became this like watch party. We love that you guys went along with it, and it was awesome. He did win, so that was really great for us too. And so we just love supporting you guys, and you're a wonderful group. And we're super excited for you guys. 1,000K, almost a year. So thank you for having us. And this is really exciting for us too to announce the lawn of the week because it's kind of how it all got started for us too. So
Yep.
It's awesome.
So lawn of the week this week. He had a couple like really great entries. But we're gonna go with Mello's joint.
Hey, down under.
Oh yeah.
They're
Those are some really
Australian.
nice stripes right there.
Woo!
Very nice.
They're doing good work down there right now.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
Solid stripes.
Yeah,
Yep.
keep them straight.
They got
What do you
such
think
clean
they-
lines.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stripes, stripes, not lines.
Stripe life approved. No, I meant like the edges, like on the edges, like
The edging,
crisp edges, so tight, cut short.
Well, yeah, and
then those
behind
lines,
the stripe,
stripes, those are good
behind
too.
the stripe does that. You do that, right? You do the you do the stripes, and then you hit it with the outside
perimeter
outside
pass,
border.
Yeah, gotta have that.
Sweet.
Frame it.
Congrats.
It's awesome.
Hey, let's see those shirts.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at all those shirts, man.
I could probably stand
There you go.
And the baby.
I gotta know if you guys have gone out in public with all of them yet.
That'd be awesome.
Going to a local bar or something with them all.
Next Target run.
Watch party in the
Yeah,
public.
Super comfy too.
Yeah, we love that.
Good.
Pick up a
Very
couple
soft.
subscribers.
Yeah, Australia's amazing. It's like I follow a lot of Australian pages. Just to keep my feed updated with some green in the wintertime. But also those guys, man, I'll tell you what, the amount of people in Australia that are real mowing and just have like absolutely just knockout lawns is amazing to me.
I have to wonder if Australia has any rotary mowers. All I see is reel.
Yeah, no.
They might not. I don't know. Might not
Sure
even
they
make
do. Yeah, but that's true. I haven't seen one.
No.
I think it's crazy how you see those guys mowing like barefoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know. My shoes are stained green, so I couldn't imagine mowing my yard barefoot.
Well, I can't imagine mowing my lawn barefoot because it's like try as I might, it doesn't matter. I can go out there like 2 different times during the day and I still can't get all the dog craps picked up. So, it's like it's inevitable that I always miss like 1 or 2 and then it gets run over.
I want to give a quick shout out to Papa Moslow. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Papa.
Yeah.
I like his he coined the phrase greatest show on turf, and I'm okay with that. I'll take
Better
that.
believe
I
it.
like it. I like
You
it.
gotta come back on, Papa, sometime.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
He was one of the first, or the first. Yeah. We say that every time.
But thanks again to the watch party. We don't expect you guys to name any kids after us or anything like that, but if you want to,
Cody
if you want to,
from.
Brian is a really great name.
It'd be kind of cool to see a Lawntism around somewhere,
Even better.
That's hilarious.
Well, we only got about 10 minutes left here. Hey Kev, where can everybody find you on Instagram, and where can they like keep up with what you got going on to find some sweet pictures of your farm and everything else?
Well, I know on Instagram, Aquatrols does have their own social media. So Twitter and Instagram, very active for Aquatrols. They actually post a lot of stuff of the farm. They post a lot of stuff of people like in the UK or people in America, like kind of popping up the sprays that they had that week. So very unique. I know Twitter is huge for Aquatrols. And me personally, my name is Kevin Zero Run, no spaces. And I just bought a house in late October. So I'm going to be revamping my yard too. I got about, I would say at least an acre, maybe about 1.25 acres, and it goes straight back. I actually had to clear a whole bunch of crappy brush, and I got nothing but dirt out there. So I'm going to be going through from start to finish. I'm going to be, controlling weeds to start and growing grass in the fall. So I'll be.
Do you have a plan for your new home? Like what kind do you have a grass type that you picked out? Or are you going to overseed it? Are you going to smoke everything off and do a total reno? What kind of grass do you want to grow? Like talk to us about that.
Yeah. So it was really funny. The person I bought my house from, she was like an older lady and she prided herself on being organic. And like, that's great. The whole yard is weeds, like I got clover wall to wall. I got every single broadleaf that you can kind of imagine. So to start the year, it's going to be controlling weeds. I'm going to control weeds all summer, and then I'll grow grass in the fall because I have a very shaded area. So I'm going to be doing tall fescue, and that's probably it. Probably just straight tall fescue throughout the whole thing. Maybe some fine fescue. I might have to get 2 different blends for that, but I'll do 3-way herbicide, to kill all my broadleaves. I'll do a pre-emergent fertilizer. I'll do maybe just a straight pre-emergent in the soil area. That's pretty much straight dirt, just to keep all the real nasty stuff down. And I'm not really going to fight. I'm not going to fight it in the summer. I'm going to grow grass in the fall. I've ran a little hand aerator, like a walk behind aerator. Go make some holes, go throw some seed, go throw some fertilizer, and probably do that like mid-September, October 1st, and hopefully get a turf stand by Thanksgiving, and then just let that overwinter. But the cool thing I do have is I have the skeleton of a greenhouse. They have a
nice.
hoop house here. Yeah, so hoop house that has not been used. So I'm going to bring that thing back and start growing some leafy greens and grow some spinach, some lettuce, some kale, just pretty much anything I can eat. So
Nice.
it's going to be the pretty basic, control weeds and grow grass in the fall. That's what I always tell people.
Nice. Somebody asked about boa constrictor. Have you have any in the chat? You had any experience with boa constrictor?
Yeah. So I actually sprayed some boa constrictor this year on bent grass, and I'm pretty sure it's not labeled for bluegrass or ryegrass, so you got to be careful with the label. But yeah, boa constrictor, it's a knockdown. It takes down boa, so just be careful with how you use it. It's technically a fumigate, so. Yeah, no, but that's actually a Aquatrols brand.
Yeah, I think that's why
You
they
use
were
it as a post control.
Yeah, just be careful. I mean, it'll smoke. I think Kentucky bluegrass can't go anywhere near it, so it'll hit some different varieties. So definitely have to read the label. But yeah, it takes POA out.
Is that etho fumicate, like 42%?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but a lot of guys use it on bent grass, fairways, tees, and greens because it doesn't really ding the bent grass, but it'll take the POA out.
Interesting.
I was looking at some of these products that Aquatrols come out with, these different chemicals and stuff, and I just the names of these things are amazing. Like, it reminds me of like Barenbrug, like I don't know, working in pharmacy, we got names like Zysol and Zerbactive and a lot of Z's and X's and Y's, but this is like Basilisk and Griffin, Avatar. These are so cool.
Do you know the theme? You want to guess that theme?
Boa
Watch
constrictor
party right now. It's all Harry Potter themed.
Yes.
It's all like The Witcher and whatnot. Yeah, that's cool.
Harry
That's the
Potter.
interesting thing, this research and development stuff. Like the product manager, you work side by side with these guys, they have to create a name, and they go through, they spend money on name
Cool
development.
names.
And so like the guy who actually created those names was a big Harry Potter person. So all that stuff is like
awesome.
driven
That's
through
cool.
Harry Potter names. Yeah. It's kind of funny. They have like an excerpt of like our salesmen trying to say basilisk, and the Southern guys, not a chance. Not a chance.
No.
The market research has indicated that Harry Potter is a hard yes across the board.
Yep.
I may or may not be
Yeah.
wearing Gryffindor sweatpants right now that my wife got me
Like-
for Christmas.
Like, the names are cool, but could you imagine going to your doctor and he'd be like, "Yeah, I think you need a prescription of Medusa." And you're like, "Well, what's that for?" "Oh, it's good. Trust me." I don't know.
We'll
That's
take
so
care of
funny.
that.
That's so cool. Just some
Problem
way
that
more
you got.
creative and fun. Yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just thought that was funny.
Holy, so
It
you
is
got
funny.
names.
It is unique. Yeah.
Olee, you got a generic of that ethofumicate, don't you?
Yes, it's made by Rightline out of Georgia, and it's just called Etho 4.
Derek was saying he didn't think it was rated for residential turf, but
It is as of right now, but that's going to change.
Okay.
So stock up.
Because it'll be approved for residential turf for about 1 year.
Get your Roundup too while you're at it.
Yeah.
Have to send me a syringe, Olee.
All right. You can get it from a chemical warehouse. It's
Okay.
about, I think it's like $84 for a half gallon shipped.
Cool.
All right. Anybody else got any other questions or winded down here? Coming to an end.
It's been a lot of great information, Kevin.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming on and spilling and giving us a lowdown on all that. It looks like a pretty cool. A lot of us admire those that get to do this for a living, and you're definitely one of those people. So we're glad you could come on and share the wisdom.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. Congratulations on the 50th episode, and congratulations to 50 more. I'm sure you guys will have them.
Yeah, I think so. We got good stuff. We're still lining up stuff. When do we have? We have most stuff planned out through March, and then we've been talking amongst ourselves about guests and the plan for after March, like come the springtime. So, listen, we said it before, and I'll say it again. If anybody that's watching or listening, anybody has any kind of suggestions, like a topic that you'd want to see or that you want us to jump in on, and you want to kick us some topic ideas or kick us some research to leaf through and talk about and bounce off the chat. We're all ears because we're planning out kind of the next season of Keep Off the Grass. So
2022.
With that said, if you're new here or if you're listening on the podcast audio, be sure to check us out online. Instagram is keep.off.the.grass, and there you can enter for lawn of the week as we look forward towards spring. Make sure that you're keeping those lawn of the week submissions coming, and use a hashtag on a post or a reel, not a story. And KOTG.live is the website with some links and some photographs, merch store, all those good things.
Your merch. Yes.
Yeah. And we appreciate as always, we appreciate all the support. Kevin, we appreciate you coming on, and
thank you.
We appreciate the watch party fam.
Yeah.
Joining us this evening and announcing our lawn of the week winner on the 50th episode, man. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
About lawn of the week, real quick. We did choose
hit it up.
someone who was from the previous week. So everybody that watches that close, but unfortunately there was no entries this week. So or very little, or they were recycled pictures. So we we may not be able to next if next week we don't have anybody enter this week, we're just not going to do it. So we'll your chances are really high to win right now. So do something and enter.
Go out there and sweep the snow off of your lawn. And
it can be snow picks. I mean,
we need at least three to make it a contest.
Stripes,
otherwise we give the
and Blue Boss said that we should do snow of the week.
Yeah. That's part of it. Whatever, just a cool picture of your property that can be on the week.
Stripes.
Yeah. I mean, we'll keep
Christmas
the hashtag the same, but
lights.
it can be creative, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you could something on your property or your lawn that looks cool.
Right.
Like all the abs everybody's gonna have in the weight loss challenge.
I know. Some of you guys, I don't know. Were you guys walking every day or something? I don't understand.
I'm stuck at home. I don't get to walk.
Like some of you are almost to 100,000 steps. I'm like, what is the deal here? It's 1 week. Calm down, guys.
Stick the counter on your cat or your dog and just let them.
And I ain't even worried about the steps because it's all about the weight, mother.
That's true. That's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You keep that
active.
diet. You keep that diet in check. You keep that diet consistent. That's where.
That's it.
That's where
It's the
weight is
hardest part,
lost
man.
and muscles are made.
Gallon of water a day, baby.
Yeah, man. Super
Nice.
hydrated. Hydrate. Diet in check.
Cody. That
I'll have to
doesn't
check
count
in next week,
ketos.
maybe.
Protein
Well,
intake up.
Right.
Hey, real quick on that note, we
Hit it.
will. A lot of people are messaging and kind of asking, but we'll do official, like take a picture of your scale, weigh in at 25, 50, 75, and then at the end for 100 days. And like I said, I got a spreadsheet of everyone's names. So when we do the 25-day weigh-in, I'll put all those weights in. I'll get the percentages, and we'll actually kind of do like a leaderboard for the weight loss, because the steps is completely different and not essentially, you can win the steps, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the scale. So yeah, so we'll do the 25-day. That'll be the first one, and we'll get that all set up, and that'll kind of, hopefully that'll spur just as much of the trash talking with the steps, but it'll just be a lot more fun to kind of see where people are, where they're setting, and track everyone throughout the 100 days.
Oh yes.
I know.
Still gonna win that step competition and talk a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Zach's walking laps around his living room, just
I'm losing.
excessively.
Yeah, I'm at 0
Bearded's
steps.
way up there. Is he at
Bearded
number one now?
went crazy.
Yeah, he's
out.
probably
Yeah,
he's
he
probably
broke
knocking out
100,000.
like 7-8 miles a day. He's
In
Crushing
9-degree
crushing it
weather.
hard.
That beard's gonna look a lot bigger pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
It's gonna be the thin bearded lawn guys. What's gonna be?
Yeah.
Mm,
Right.
bearded.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, guess what next week is? 1-year anniversary. So
Ew.
tune in. We're gonna have some fun, kick back, relax, celebrate, thank all you guys, and maybe talk more about plans for the next year.
Yeah, I'll bring
I'm
the
gonna make
pie.
I'm gonna make a cake for next week. It's gonna be made out of rice cakes and peanut butter.
Oh.
It's pretty good actually.
rice. Oh, that's my absolute favorite snack when I'm like
I haven't
on
tried
it
that
and I'm
before.
dieting well like I am right now. That's my snack that I look forward to the most during the day. Take a rice cake, put a little peanut butter on there. I use sun butter because my son's allergic to peanuts, so we don't have peanuts in the house. But I put the sunflower seed butter on there, slice up a banana on top, and
Ooh, yeah.
Sounds
knockout
good.
I'll have to
snack.
try that.
That is my favorite midday snack when I'm
good.
On the double chin a little bit.
when I'm on the diet.
About
So-
you, Olee? I see you pounding some good
I'm about
food
to go
every
get
day.
a handful of M&Ms right now.
Drinking Maker's Mark, and he's
Sitting
gonna
here
get some
looking at 'em.
M&Ms.
You guys making them hungry.
Yeah, man.
Hey, next week,
How
I
the
want
hell
to. We
did
should
you
bring some
gain weight?
people on. What? We should bring some people on. Guests.
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat want to pop on next week? Be ready.
Shoot us
Hop on,
a
hop off.
message and see if you guys are wanting to get on this, gauge the interest and see,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
because I think we can get like 400 people on here. So hey, sky's the limit, right? We'll
Maybe
see.
right the last
Okay.
5 minutes. Let's see how many we can.
It'll look like one of those conferences that like Steel does when they
Yeah, I've seen
they always
those.
do those things with all their brand partners, and it's like 150 people on a Zoom call.
So it's all fun and
Jeez.
games until Cody grabs his computer and goes to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, shoot a message to either KOTG or one of us and let us know, hey, I want to be on next week. And because again, this is all about you guys, and we just have fun talking about the lawn and stuff. So
That's right.
all right.
There we are. We got the M&Ms.
Take us
All right, fellas. Zach, take us out.